Hey everyone! Today we're in the kitchen and we're going to be using a few venison shanks to make some French dip sandwiches. My name is Dan and welcome to DC Outdoors. If you like outdoor adventure videos, gear reviews, military ration reviews, and other outdoor related stuff, we'll get started by clicking the subscribe and the bell notification button so you don't miss anything. Well, let's get cooking. Today we're going to be using a recipe entitled Venison French Dips in the Instapot from thispilgrimlife.com. You'll find the link for this recipe in the description of this video. I'll be trying a few modifications to the recipe. Instead of using venison roast, I will be using venison shanks. Instead of using beef broth, I'll be using venison bone broth. And I'll also be adding some caramelized onions on top of the sandwiches. Let's get started by seasoning the meat with the salt and the black pepper. Next, with the Instapot set to saute, we'll begin by heating up some of the olive oil. We'll be browning the meat for about 5 minutes, rotating it throughout the process to brown the meat on all sides. While the meat is browning, we'll get our oregano, garlic powder, soy sauce, and Worcestershire sauce ready. Once browned, remove the meat from the Instapot. Next, add butter and saute the onions for 5 minutes. Next, I added the venison bone broth to the sauteed onions, using the broth to help deglaze the pan. With the partially frozen bone broth now incorporated, I added the meat back into the Instapot. Next, I added back in the soy sauce and the Worcestershire sauce. Finally, I added the remaining dry ingredients of the oregano and the garlic powder. Now it's time to let the Instapot do its thing. I set it for 75 minutes on the meat stew setting with the valve closed. So these pieces of shank have been cooking here in the Instapot for about 75 minutes. Now what I'm going to do is just pull the meat apart, and then we'll be set to go to start to get this going for our sandwiches. We're going to leave all of the juice, so basically the broth, the Worcestershire, and the soy sauce, and the seasonings and so forth, inside of the Instapot for now, and then we will filter out some of the chunky bits and use it for our dipping broth later. With the meat ready, it's time to switch my attention to making the caramelized onion. Begin this process by warming up some oil in a pan, adding in butter and onions, and letting everything simmer for at least half an hour. I also added a little bit of sugar to help sweeten up the onions and get everything to brown and caramelize nicely. Ladle out some of the cooking fluid from the Instapot. I added a bit of salt to this to flavor it up to make a nice dip for the venison sandwiches. The caramelized onions are almost ready. It's time to plate everything and get this meal together. Scoop a generous portion of the meat onto the sub rolls, add on your onions and provolone cheese, and set everything to broil. Well, that was a fantastic meal. The kids and I and the wife, we hoovered that one down, and we would definitely make it again. Well, if you liked this video, please give it a like. And if you have any questions, please drop them below in the comments. If you have any awesome recipes that you enjoy making, definitely share them below. And I'd love to, I love trying out new recipes. I love checking out new things. And so, yeah, if you guys have any suggestions, please share them in the comments below. Once again, if you like outdoor adventure videos, gear reviews, and other outdoor related stuff, well, please get started by clicking the subscribe and the bell notification button so you don't miss anything. Until next time, we'll see you outdoors.